In our journey growing in faith, we recognized that to reach the presence of God, we have to be saints. Hence, our pilgrimage in this world must lead us to seek, through divine grace, to live in holiness. We will be saints if we are faithful to the will of the Eternal Father, in the likeness of Jesus Christ. It is for this reason that the Catholic Church offers us examples of living in holiness when it canonizes people who lived the will of God and are an example for the rest of the Pilgrim Church.
Currently, the Church has canonized more than 10,000 people. This is the reason why I will present some of the lives of the most significant saints for the Church of the 21st century.
Let us meet Saint Josephine Bakhita, an African saint whose feast day is celebrated on February 8th.
In 1869, in Darfur, Sudan, a girl was born who lived with her parents, 3 brothers and 2 sisters, one of them her twin.
At the age of 9, she was kidnapped and made into a slave. She had 5 masters, the cruelest of which was the 4th, when she was only 13 years old.
She suffered terribly, but the 5th master was an Italian, Calixto Leganini, whose family treated her with respect. With them she was neither tortured nor humiliated.
In 1884, the Leganini family and their friend Augusto Michieli moved from Sudan to Italy, and Bakhita accompanied them.
In Italy, she went to live with the Michieli family as a nanny for their daughter Menina.
In 1888, she entered the novitiate of the Institute of the Sisters of Charity in Venice, with Menina.
In 1889, Mrs. Michieli came from Sudan to take Bakhita and her daughter Menina, but Bakhita refused. Since slavery was illegal in Italy, she was able to stay and thus begin her first steps in the Catholic faith. On January 9, 1890, she was baptized, confirmed, and made her first communion. Her Christian name was Josephine Margaret Fortunata, in Arabic, Bakhita.
She became a nun of the Order of the Sisters of Canassa on December 7, 1893, at the age of 38.
She was sent to Venice in 1902 to care for the poor.
She wrote her autobiography in 1910, which was published in 1930. After that, she was given the mission of telling her story and in this way obtaining financial help for her religious order.
She became ill, and even though she was in a wheelchair and in much pain, she continued to travel and share the story of her life.
She died on February 8, 1947, in Schio, Italy.
She was declared venerable on December 1, 1978, beatified on May 17, 1992, and canonized on October 1, 2000.
Among her most moving phrases is the following:
"If I were to meet the slave merchants who kidnapped me, and even those who tortured me, I would kneel and kiss their hands. If what happened to me had never taken place, how could I become a Christian and a religious?"
Saint Josephine Bakhita teaches us that God writes straight with crooked lines. The terrible tragedy of having been kidnapped and spending years as a slave, suffering terribly, resulted in meeting Jesus Christ and ending the rest of her life serving and loving him in the poorest. In this same idea, Bakhita said,
"God's ways are, more often than not, incomprehensible to humans. But he always knows how to guide souls and events to fulfill his plan of love and salvation.
God's plan is perfect, and we are not able to understand it, but we trust in his word." Saint Josephine Bakhita is the patron saint of modern slavery and human trafficking. Let us pray.
O Saint Bakhita, help all those who are trapped in a state of slavery. Intercede before God for them that they may be freed from the chains of their captivity. To those whom man enslaves, may God set them free. Bring comfort to survivors of slavery and make them look to you as an example of hope and faith.
The information in this video was taken from the Atza Prinsa website. May God bless you always.